Lately, I've been doing a lot of chop and propping with my moss poles and wood planks, and ultimately this has left me with an overabundance of propagations. I think I'm up to like 10 separate containers with propagations now. Plus, I've also repotted a few of my alocasias and I found a ton of corms in there. So I have to find a way to deal with this mess or these propagations that are just slowly piling up. And here's what I came up with. I'm going to go through all these propagation bins individually just to show you what I got. Plus, I'm going to show you all my new plants here at the bottom. BARRINA was kind enough to send me their Grow Light shelving units to try out, and this is a perfect solution for all my propagations and all my plants that are currently quarantining. This is a metal shelving unit, and it does come with 6 grow lights, and then you can see it is mobile, so if you want to move it around, it does have these caster wheels. So this is a perfect solution to my propagation problem. The assembly was pretty easy. All you do is screw in the caster wheels into the poles, and then you just slide in the shelving units around the poles. They have these little brackets that kind of snug them in there quite tight. Now these are those little brackets. They basically just clip on and they lock into place on those little grooves on the pole. And then you just simply add the shelving unit. So you can adjust the shelving height as needed. So right now I'm just doing a kind of a rough fit. I'm not going to secure them down in place until I get the shelving height properly. So here is the top one, and then you just add the shelving unit on top. After it's assembled, they have these little plastic sheets which go over top of the grate there itself. So it just provides a nice look to them. Plus, nothing's going to fall through it. So yeah, overall, I'm really happy with the quality of this. It's a very sturdy shelf. Now, kind of the complicated part about this assembly process is setting up these lights. They do have these little aluminum shades. It took me a while to figure out how they go in the light. There's a little groove there. They're just little light reflectors. Now, they do come with 3 different brackets. This one you can have as a hanging one. This one's kind of a flush mount. I don't know if you can screw that in somehow or not, but it also comes with a hanging chain. So I decided to go with these kind of hanging ones, I guess. I decided to use zip ties because simply this was the easiest and quickest way. So I'm just setting it up or securing it to the bottom of the top shelf there. And then all you have to do is just cinch it up, and pretty well the light installation is complete. There are 2 lights for each shelf. So you just have to make sure that they are spaced appropriately and nice and secure. Now afterwards, I'm just going around and clipping all the extra length on the zip ties. Afterwards, you just place the plastic sheet on top there, and it's just a nice flush mount. And you can see this is how the zip ties and the brackets look when the shelf is all assembled. Now the last thing is you just have to hook up all the electrical cables, so just follow the instructions. They just kind of work as one circuit, so you just plug them into each other and there is one cord, and you turn it on, and this thing is pretty cool. Now after you're done with assembly, you can use these little velvet ties to help just kind of clean up these cords a little bit. And the thing I like about this is it does have some top storage here as well, so it comes with one of these plastic sheets. Okay, let's go through all these propagation bins. I'm going to start off with the ones on top here, but I do need my little stool. And let's grab the first prop bin right here. I used to have a pretty decent label maker, but it recently broke, so I've just resorted to using this masking tape, and then I've just written all the names from the ones that I remember anyways on the containers. So I do have the Alocasia Frydek in this one, the Okinawa Silver, and the Adora. So I do have a few different varieties in this one. I'm just going to open up the prop bin. These are all takeout containers, which I've reused as perlite propagation bins. And look at all these beautiful little corms. If you've never seen an alocasia corm before, they look like little coconuts. So a lot of times I will remove the outer casing. It just helps with rooting a little bit faster. But all these tiny little corms. Here's my variegated Frydek. It's got some roots. It's getting a new growth point on the bottom. It looks like some of these roots are actually rotting here. I'm just going to take all those off. Looks like it's getting a new little corm on the bottom here. So I'm going to set this one back up. I'm going to see if I can find one that has maybe some little leaves. Here's another allocation bin. This has the Jacqueline, the Batwing, and it looks like I have a couple of golden bone corms in here as well. Some of these got mixed up because I kicked a propagation bin, so I'm not entirely sure what's what. So here is a tiny little Alocasia Jacqueline leaf. It's got some nice roots on there. So this is what they look like. Just super tiny, delicate roots with a very tiny little leaf. And it doesn't look like the rest of the propagations have started yet. This one, which one is it? This is the golden bone. So it does have kind of that outer casing, and you can just peel it off like this. The top portion, or the top half, is basically where the roots are going to grow from. I'm just going to do the rest of these, and then I'll kind of move on to the rest of the propagations here. So I want these ones to grow. They're such a beautiful variety. So that's all I do, just like that. Now moving on up to the top one here. This is a box full of Philodendron Golden Goddess. This is the only way I've been able to propagate these plants or these cuttings is in sphagnum moss. I've tried perlite, I've tried water, and all they do is rot. But you can see it's got some nice roots on this one, and this one already has a new growth point right there. So that's fantastic. It looks like they're all doing well. Looks like it's getting a new leaf right there. Now in here I have a bunch of Philodendron splendids as well as a squamiferum. I just put this one in here recently, so I'm not, oh, it is actually growing some roots. So this has only been in here for maybe a week and a half. A new growth point right there, and it's got a thick, juicy root coming through there, but this plant is awesome. Like, look how fuzzy. You know what, it's not even fuzzy, it feels like a pipe cleaner. They're actually quite rigid, but it's such a cool petiole, and the leaf itself, yeah, I love this plant. And then, yeah, just a bunch of these splendids. Like, they have a massive root system. Here's a new growth point, this is a new leaf. So yeah, I got a bunch of those that I really don't know what I'm going to do with. I do have, or I plan on setting up like an Etsy site and maybe selling these propagations, because I don't need these plants. Like, I have like virtually no room for any of these plants. So my plan is to sell them locally or trade for other plants. So if you're in Canada and you're looking for some plants, then I will eventually make a post about selling them or trading them. So I did cut up a Syngonium frosted heart as well as the chia pens. I do have some top cuttings propagating over here. I do have a bunch of other water propagations. Here is the chia pens, and I do have the frosted heart here. I did put one on a moss pole right there. So I have a whole container of frosted heart and chia pens cuttings. This one is in sphagnum moss, and you can see all, oh, they're getting some roots here too. The chia pens have already started new growth points. That is awesome. I love propagating plants. So it looks like the chia pens are doing well. Now the frosted hearts, there's some growth points. So here's a small little growth point. Looks like this one, it looks like it has a growth point, but the stem is like squishy. So I'm going to throw this one out because I don't want it to rot the rest. Yeah, there's a little growth point there as well. So looks like we're going to have a batch of some frosted hearts and some chia pens here soon. Now over in this container, this one was started as kind of an experiment with my Philodendron burl marks variegated. Still waiting to finish that video. Now I do have a bunch of stem cuttings here which I have no idea what they are, like this right here. I believe this might be the Philodendron Patriciae. I don't even know how to say it. Here is my burl marks. It's got a cute little leaf. I do have 3 cuttings in here. Here's another burl marks, and then this one right here with these crazy mutated growth points. I'm not too sure what this is. I'm just going to leave it in there. So it's a little bit shriveled, but it's not dead yet. And then, like I said, I'm not too sure what these are. I know they're a Philodendron. And this one, that one looks toasted, so I'm going to put that one up there as well. So a couple small cuttings of some philodendrons in that one. Close this back up. We got one more on this shelf, and this is, which one is it? Oh no, I don't have a label. I think this is just a random bin. I believe these are some more chia pens. I have no idea what this is. It might be the domesticum. So it looks like some yellow green variegation on that one. And I think I might have 3 of those. So they are getting some new, oh no, there's like a few in here. It's like 4 cuttings. This one has a new growth point as well. And then I believe these are some more chia pens. And then this is a Dieffenbachia reflector. I just tossed it in here. Oh, it's getting a growth point right there. A little bump from the growing eye. Now you can see this bin has a lot of algae. It's not going to harm your plant or anything like that, so I don't get too worried or concerned about the green algae. After I'm done going through all the propagation bins here, then I'm going to show you the light in foot candles for these shelves. It's actually pretty impressive. Now down here, these propagation bins were upstairs, and I've recently brought them downstairs, so it'd be nice to get these size bins because they are perfect for this shelf. And just so you can see, I bought them at the dollar store, so this is the size. They are 13 inches by 8 by 4 high, so it fits perfectly. These ones are looking pretty crusty. And I do have a few different varieties of plants in this one. This is the Mayoi, Philodendron Mayoi. I have a bunch of Philodendron Melanochrysum in here. There's a whole bunch of cuttings. This is some random Syngonium. I'm not too sure which one it is. And here's another one. Look at these roots. Okay, it's way in the perlite, so I can't even pull that out. So yeah, just a few random plants in that one. I believe this one right here is a fuzzy petiole. I think I might have 2 in there. And then this is a silver sword, Philodendron silver sword. I have just 1 in there right now. And then I believe these are some chia pens cuttings. So I have lots of Syngonium chia pens. I don't know why these ones. Oh no, this might be a Tetrasperma or a Rhaphidophora decursiva, a dragon's tail. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm just going to leave those in there. And the last propagation bin is from the Varicosum. So I did a chop and prop recently, and these ones are doing so well. This is the top cutting, I believe. I have no idea. No, I propagated the top cutting, so I have no idea what this is. I think I added some squamiferum in here as well. So this is the top cutting of the squamiferum, and then the rest are the Varicosum. So you can see there's a new growth point right there. So I'm going to have a whole bunch of Philodendron Varicosum here soon. And it looks like they're all, here's a little growing eye growth point. So don't expect roots to grow from where the roots used to be on this node. Once this new growth point starts to push out new growth, it will start to produce its own nodes and roots. So even though it hasn't rooted off of the node itself, or the wet stick, it will get roots eventually, which is crazy to think that it will actually push out growth before roots. So roots are coming once the new growth point gets its first node. It'll start to push out some roots. So that's it for my propagation bins. And I do have, or I plan on having a lot more down the road, as I have a bunch of planks that eventually will be propagated. I do have a Philodendron Majestic over there that at some point I'll have to take the top of the pole and chop and prop, and then I'll have some propagation. So now moving on down to the quarantine area, I guess. I've never had a Christmas or Easter cactus. I'm assuming this is a Christmas cactus just because it's close to Christmas. This one's currently in bloom, so I just thought I'd pick one up. I think it was like 10 bucks. This is a Philodendron. I'll leave the name on the screen. What a beautiful plant this is. So this is kind of my little quarantine area. So these two plants I got from a local plant shop. This right here is a Hoya Mini Pixie, I believe. And then this is this is just the little Colocation Mickey Mouse. I'll have to leave the names of these ones on the screen as well. This is a Neller philodendron that I got from Plant Haven, Toronto. And then this one here is the Chironier, I believe it's called. This was a clearance item, so it was on sale. Then here is a Monstera aurea. It is a mid-cut, so I'm just waiting for the growth point to be activated. It's just kind of in that little crusty area right here. That's where a new growth point is going to pop out of. And then here is my Dieffenbachia reflector. So I did cut it back just to see what happens, but this one, it might be in the trash here soon, so stem's not squishy yet, but that's kind of all that I'm rehabbing and quarantining at the moment. Now this shelf doesn't stay out in the open like this. I actually keep it in my bathroom right over there, just off to the side, just so it's out of the way. Now I'm going to grab the light meter and show you the light results for this, and then that's pretty much it for this video. I like to use the foot candle setting, and you can see when it's placed underneath the light, just on top of the propagation bin right here, it is 1200 foot candles, which is high light. I'm going to put it down to the lower one here. This one's 1000 foot candles. Back over here, it's 800, and same with these shelves. I'm going to put it on the larger bins. So 1200 foot candles is very high light. This is medium light right there. Let's see if we move it around here. On this propagation bin, it's 1200. Down here off to the side, it's still about 800. And then down for these plants, you like to bring the light sensor close to the leaf, and you can see it's around 1000 foot candles. So this is very good light. I'm going to grab my phone here as well. It has a PPFD app. I haven't actually checked that out yet, but I'm curious to see what it says. I use the app called Photon. And you can see it's set to PPFD, and it is a reading of 195. Down here, about 150. So I think this is pretty good PPFD. There's another app which it shows you. Let's do later PPFD. It'll show you the ranges. So right now it's saying it's low PPFD, but if we bring it up a little bit higher like that, it is a PPFD of 283, which is, it's saying it is good. So let's bring it up to these top shelves here as well. So overall, this is a pretty strong grow light, I think. So yeah, with these prop bins, you can see it's maybe like a foot away from the light, and it's getting a PPFD reading of 234. I think this plant grow shelf is awesome. I love that it is portable, so I can work on it out here in the open, and then when I'm done with my maintenance or whatever it is that I'm doing, then I can wheel it back into the bathroom, just plug it in, and we are good to go. I know right now on Amazon Canada, I think there's like a $60 off coupon, and it's listed for $260 right now. So essentially you're getting a quality shelf as well as 6 grow lights for $200. So if this is something that interests you, I do have the links on my Amazon Canada and US page, so go check it out. I hope you enjoyed this little review, and in my opinion, this is a high quality product. So if you're looking for a plant shelf for propagations and plants, all that kind of stuff, definitely give this one a try if you're interested. But otherwise, I think that's going to be pretty much it for this video. If you have any comments or questions, please leave it down below. Otherwise, thanks again for watching my videos. Take care, everyone. Bye.